The morning of December 1st, 1948 dawned like any other in Somerton, South Australia. The sun climbed over the horizon, casting a warm glow over the sandy expanse of Somerton Beach. The gentle waves lapped at the shore, creating a serene and picturesque scene. Beachgoers began to arrive, eager to enjoy the summer weather. Families with children, couples and individuals all flocked to the beach, unaware of the grim discovery that awaited them. But at around 6:30 a.m., a gruesome discovery shattered the tranquility. A passerby noticed something unusual near the water's edge. Lying near the water's edge was the body of a man. He appeared to be in his early 40s, and his lifeless form was partially obscured by the sand. The man was well dressed, his attire suggesting a person of some means. His suit was neatly pressed, and his overall appearance was immaculate. He wore a suit and tie, his shoes polished to a shine. It was clear that he had taken great care in his appearance. Strangely, however, he had no identification. No wallet, no driver's license, nothing that could reveal who he was. His pockets held only a few ordinary items: cigarettes, matches, a bus ticket. These items offered no clues to his identity or how he ended up on the beach. There was no wallet, no driver's license, no personal effects that could offer even a hint of his identity. It was as if he had appeared out of nowhere. The police were immediately summoned and the investigation began. Officers scoured the area for any evidence that could shed light on the mystery. Who was this man, and how did he end up dead on Somerton Beach? These questions haunted the investigators as they delved deeper into the case. These questions would baffle investigators for decades, turning the unknown man into a global enigma. The lack of answers only deepened the mystery. The case quickly became known as the Somerton Man mystery, a puzzle that has captivated and confounded investigators and armchair detectives alike for over 70 years. The search for answers continues to this day. The police immediately set to work trying to identify the Somerton Man. They were determined to uncover the identity of this mysterious figure who had washed up on the beach. They examined his clothing meticulously, hoping for a laundry mark or a tailor's tag that could provide a clue. Every stitch and seam was scrutinized. They dusted his belongings for fingerprints, hoping for a match in their records. Each item was carefully handled to preserve any potential evidence, but every lead led to a dead end. The frustration among the detectives grew as days turned into weeks with no progress. The man seemed to have existed outside of any official system. No records, no identification, nothing to tie him to a past. A closer examination of the body revealed further mysteries. The medical examiner was baffled by the lack of clear cause of death. The man was physically fit, his body showing no signs of hard labor. His physique suggested a life of relative comfort. He had been well cared for, his nails neatly trimmed, his hands free of calluses. This was a man who had taken care of himself. He was clearly not a vagrant or a laborer. His appearance was that of someone who had means and access to resources. The medical examiner's report only deepened the puzzle. There were no signs of trauma or obvious natural causes. The man's death was not the result of drowning, nor were there any obvious signs of violence. The scene was eerily calm. The cause of death was undetermined, leaving open the chilling possibility of poisoning. Toxicology reports were inconclusive. The Somerton Man, it seemed, was shrouded in mystery from the tips of his polished shoes to the neatly combed hair parted on the left side of his head. His enigmatic presence continues to baffle investigators to this day. As the investigation continued, a tiny scrap of paper found tucked away in a hidden pocket of the Somerton Man's trousers added a new layer of intrigue and mystery to the case. The paper, torn from a rare edition of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam, bore just two words, tamam shud, which translates to ended or finished. Translated from Persian, the phrase means finished or ended, suggesting a finality that puzzled investigators. What was the significance of this cryptic message? Was it a suicide note, a final farewell, or something more sinister? Or did it hold a deeper meaning, perhaps a clue to a hidden truth or a secret message? The discovery of the Tamam Shud note sent ripples of excitement and curiosity through the investigation team. Could this be the key to unlocking the Somerton Man's identity, or was it another dead end in the perplexing case? Police launched a public appeal, hoping someone would recognize the unusual phrase and provide a lead. Astonishingly, a man came forward claiming to have found a copy of the Rubaiyat discarded in his car shortly after the Somerton Man's body was discovered, adding yet another twist to the enigmatic case. Section 4. The Rubaiyat Connection. The discovered book held more than just poetry. It contained a series of seemingly random letters penciled in the margins. Could this be a coded message, a secret communication from beyond the grave? Cryptographers were brought in to examine the code, hoping to decipher its secrets. Despite their best efforts, the code remained unbreakable, adding another layer of enigma to the already baffling case. The connection to the Rubaiyat, a collection of Persian poetry celebrating life, love, and the fleeting nature of time, only intensified the mystery surrounding the Somerton Man. Was he a hopeless romantic, driven to despair by unrequited love? Or was there a more sinister explanation for his demise? Section 5. Shadows of Speculation. Over the years, numerous theories have been proposed to explain the Somerton Man's identity and the circumstances surrounding his death. Some believe he was a spy, dispatched on a secret mission gone wrong. The Cold War was in its early stages, and Australia was a hotbed of espionage. Could the Somerton Man have been caught in the crosshairs of international intrigue? Others speculate that he was a jilted lover driven to suicide by a broken heart. The Rubaiyat connection and the lack of identification lend credence to this theory. Was he so distraught over love lost that he wanted to erase all trace of his former life? Section 6. DNA, a new chapter. For decades, the Somerton Man's identity remained a mystery. The case grew cold, the leads drying up like water in the desert. But in recent years, advancements in DNA technology have breathed new life into the investigation. Scientists have been able to extract DNA from strands of the Somerton Man's hair, offering hope that his genetic code might hold the key to unlocking his identity. Genealogists have uploaded the DNA profile to public databases, searching for potential relatives. While no close matches have surfaced yet, investigators remain hopeful. Could a distant cousin or long-lost relative hold the missing piece of the puzzle? The possibility, however remote, is enough to keep the hope of solving this enduring mystery alive. Section 7. The Unsolved Puzzle. The Somerton Man's case continues to fascinate and frustrate in equal measure. It stands as a stark reminder of the mysteries that still linger in the world, unsolved puzzles that taunt us with their impenetrability. Despite decades of investigation, countless theories, and the advent of cutting-edge technology, the Somerton Man's true identity remains elusive. Will we ever know who he was, why he died, and what secrets he took to the grave? Perhaps one day a breakthrough in DNA technology or a stroke of luck will finally unravel the enigma of the Somerton Man. Until then, he remains an enigma, a ghost from the past haunting the sun-drenched shores of Somerton Beach.